Welcome back to the Dreamworthy Destinations podcast. I'm your host, Sierra Dizer, a luxury travel advisor dedicated to helping make your travel dreams a reality. And today, we're going to be talking about African safaris and what you can expect on your first luxury African safari for an unforgettable journey. Because there's a moment on a safari that most travelers never forget. The sun has barely began to rise, the air is cool and completely still, and somewhere in the distance, you hear birds beginning to wake as your guide slowly drives through the golden grasslands searching for movement. And then, suddenly, a lion appears beside your vehicle. Elephants emerge quietly through the morning mist. Or maybe a giraffe crosses the horizon against a sky painted shades of gold and pink. And for a moment, the world feels wonderfully quiet. And that is the magic of an African safari. A safari is not simply a vacation. It is one of the most emotional, awe-inspiring, and unforgettable luxury travel experiences in the world. And there's a reason that a luxury African safari sits near the top of so many travelers' bucket lists. It combines extraordinary wildlife encounters with breathtaking scenery, immersive cultural experiences, thoughtful luxury, and a feeling of connection to the world that's difficult to describe until you get to experience it for yourself. Many travelers arrive expecting incredible wildlife, but what surprises them most is how deeply the experience affects them. Safari has a way of slowing life down. It reconnects you with nature, with the present moment, and often with yourself. So if you've ever dreamed about going on a safari, but wondered what the experience is actually like, here's what you can expect from your first luxury African safari. So as I said, what makes a luxury safari different? One of the biggest misconceptions about safari travel is that it can be roughing it in the wilderness, when in reality, luxury safaris can be some of the most elevated and personalized travel experiences in the world. You can imagine beautifully designed tented camps with soaking tubs overlooking the bush, candlelit dinners beneath the stars, private plunge pools facing watering holes, attentive staff who know your favorite drink by the second day, gourmet meals paired with South African wines, and luxury suites where elephants may wander right past your deck. Luxury safari lodges and camps were designed to immerse you in nature without sacrificing comfort. And honestly, there's something incredibly special about experiencing untamed wilderness while still feeling completely cared for. So, now we can talk about what a typical safari day looks like. And luxury safaris were thoughtfully designed around wildlife activity patterns, which means that most days begin early. But unlike a rushed vacation schedule, safari days feel intentional and beautifully paced. So you will start with an early morning game drive because most mornings begin before sunrise with a coffee or tea delivered directly to your suite before you head out on your early morning game drive. These early hours are often some of the best for wildlife viewing because predators are active, the temperatures are cooler, and the bush feels alive with anticipation. There is something unforgettable about watching the African sunrise while tracking lions or spotting elephants moving quietly through the landscape. Then you'll get to enjoy some midday relaxation. After your morning drive, you'll return to camp for breakfast and downtime. And this is where the luxury side of a safari truly shines, because you'll have the choice to spend the afternoon relaxing beside an infinity pool, maybe enjoying a spa treatment, reading from your private deck, watching animals gather nearby, enjoying lunch with breathtaking views, or simply soaking in the stillness of the bush. And unlike many vacations that feel overly scheduled, safaris beautifully balance adventure and relaxation. So then you'll have an afternoon game drive. And the late afternoon game drives often continue into sunset when the African landscape becomes especially magical. Many camps pause for sundowners, which are cocktails and snacks served outdoors while watching the sun disappear across the horizon. And honestly, these often become some of the most memorable moments of the entire trip. So now we have the wildlife experience and what a safari really feels like. Seeing animals in their natural habitat is both thrilling and deeply humbling. But a safari is about much more than simply checking animals off of a list. It's about witnessing nature unfold naturally all around you. You may have the opportunity to see a pride of lions resting beneath a tree, or a baby elephant walking beside its mother. Maybe you spot a leopard hidden quietly in the branches above, or a herd of giraffes silhouetted against the sunset. The experience feels emotional because nothing is staged. Every sighting feels rare and fleeting, and your guides will play an enormous role in bringing this experience to life. Luxury safari guides are incredibly knowledgeable and help you understand animal behavior, ecosystems, conservation efforts, and the delicate balance of the wilderness around you. And what often surprises first-time safari travelers most is how immersive this experience becomes. You don't simply observe Africa. You truly feel a part of it. So now you may be wondering, what part of Africa should you visit? Which safari is right for you? And most look at either East Africa or Southern Africa. And one of the most important parts of planning a safari is choosing the right region, because every destination offers something different. So if you're looking at an East Africa safari, you may be focusing on Kenya, Tanzania, and Rwanda, because East Africa offers the classic safari imagery that many travelers dream about, which is vast golden plains, dramatic wildlife migrations, iconic predator sightings, and incredible cultural experiences. This region is home to the famous Great Migration and delivers the cinematic safari experience that many travelers do imagine for their first trip to Africa. Rwanda also offers one of the most transformative wildlife experiences in the world, which is gorilla trekking. If you even visit during the right time of the year, you may find the babies, and there is even a naming ceremony for the new baby gorillas that are born each year. Then we have Southern Africa, which typically includes Botswana, South Africa, Zambia, and Namibia. And Southern Africa often feels slightly more intimate and diverse, because in Southern Africa, travelers can experience luxury lodges with exceptional service, water-based safaris in Botswana, dramatic desert landscapes in Namibia, and sophisticated wine and culinary experiences in South Africa. Southern Africa is especially ideal for travelers who want a blend of safari, luxury, and varied landscapes. Many travelers eventually fall in love with Africa so deeply that one safari quickly turns into plans for another. So if you're also looking to learn more about luxury safari accommodations, there are camps, lodges, and villas. And accommodations are one of the defining elements of a luxury safari experience. So first we have luxury tented camps. And these luxury camps combine immersive bush experiences with elevated comfort. So you can think about having king-sized beds, outdoor showers, elegant safari-inspired interiors, private decks, ensuite bathrooms, and lantern-lit pathways beneath the stars. Because these camps allow you to feel deeply connected to nature while still enjoying exceptional comfort. Then we have safari lodges, and lodges typically offer more permanent structures and then often include multiple dining areas, spas, wine cellars, pools, and expansive viewing decks. And many luxury lodges feel incredibly sophisticated while also still maintaining a warm and authentic atmosphere. And then thirdly, you can also explore staying in private villas and exclusive use properties. For families or groups traveling together, private safari villas offer the ultimate luxury experience with a dedicated staff, private vehicles, chefs, and fully personalized itineraries. These are especially ideal for multi-generational families or milestone celebrations. So we can also talk about some things that first-time safari travelers don't always expect. And one of my favorite things about helping my clients plan a safari is hearing what surprised them most afterward. Because many travelers don't expect how emotional the experience feels, how luxurious the camps are, how incredible the food is, how peaceful the bush becomes at night, how addictive safari travel can be, or how disconnected you can become from the stress in everyday life. Safari has a way of making people feel present again, and honestly, that might be one of the greatest luxuries of all. So you may be wondering, when is the best time to go on an African safari? Because one of the most common questions that I have my clients ask me is, when is the best time to visit? And honestly, that answer depends entirely on the kind of experience that you want to have. Different regions throughout Africa experience different seasonal patterns, wildlife movements, and landscapes throughout the year. Some travelers prioritize dramatic wildlife sightings and dry season game viewing, while others love the lush beauty, fewer crowds, and incredible photography opportunities that come with green season travel. So if we first consider the dry season safaris, in many safari destinations, the dry season is considered peak safari season because wildlife becomes easier to spot as the animals gather near water sources and vegetation becomes less dense. This season often offers you exceptional wildlife visibility, cooler temperatures, ideal game drive conditions, and dramatic predator sightings. Destinations like Botswana, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa are especially popular during these months. And then we have green season safaris. And what many travelers don't realize is that green season safaris can be incredibly beautiful. The landscapes become lush and vibrant. Baby animals are often born during this time. Bird life is extraordinary. And camps can feel quieter and more exclusive. So if you're looking to prioritize photography, fewer crowds, or value, green season can actually be one of the most rewarding times to visit Africa. One of the most important parts of planning a safari is choosing the right destination during the right season based on your personal travel goals. And that's where working with an experienced safari advisor becomes incredibly valuable. So you also may be wondering, how long should you stay on an African safari? And honestly, one of the biggest mistakes that I see travelers make is not allowing enough time. Africa is vast, and safari is not the kind of experience that you want to rush through. So while some travelers choose shorter safari experiences, I do recommend allowing enough time to experience multiple regions or combine a safari with another destination like Cape Town, Victoria Falls, Zanzibar, or the Seychelles. So typical safari lengths for luxury small group safaris often range from 10 to 14 days, while private custom safaris can range from 1 week to several weeks. And then multi-country itineraries allow you to experience dramatically different landscapes and ecosystems. Longer itineraries also create opportunities to truly slow down and immerse yourself in the experience instead of constantly moving from place to place. And truly, many travelers leave Africa wishing that they had stayed longer. So next we can talk about what to pack for an African safari. Because one of the biggest misconceptions about safari packing is that you need far more than you actually do. In reality, safari style is often understated, comfortable, and practical, while still feeling elevated and polished. So as far as clothing, I recommend packing neutral colored clothing, lightweight layers, a warm jacket for those chilly mornings, some comfortable walking shoes, sunglasses, a hat, and breathable fabrics for the warmer afternoons. I do recommend avoiding bright colors and heavy patterns, especially during wildlife activities. Then you have photography and gear, and for many travelers, safari becomes one of the most photographed experiences of your lives. So helpful items can include binoculars, a good camera with zoom lens, spare batteries, memory cards, and portable chargers. So as we conclude our conversation, I do have some practical safari tips to share with you, because depending on your destination, you should also discuss with your travel advisor any vaccines that are required, malaria prevention, luggage weight restrictions for any bush flights that you have, travel insurance, tipping guidelines, and local customs. Because one of the benefits of working with a safari specialist is receiving destination-specific preparation and guidance that's tailored to your exact itinerary, so you can feel fully prepared long before departure. You may even be wondering who joins you on a safari. And we do see families, couples, and solo travelers because safaris attract a broad audience. So whether you're a family seeking adventure, a couple celebrating a milestone, friends on group journeys, or solo travelers looking for a meaningful connection, luxury operators can design options for all of the above, whether it's a private family villa, child-friendly activities, or adults-only privacy, so your safari can fit your group's needs. But again, that's why working with a safari specialist matters. Safari planning is far more complex than booking just a typical vacation. Choosing the wrong region, the wrong season, lodge, or even flight routing can dramatically impact your experience. I help my clients navigate the best countries and regions for their goals, the seasonal wildlife patterns, luxury camp and lodge selection, the bush flights and transfers, family-friendly versus adults-only safari experiences, the safari pacing and itinerary design, even some of the luxury add-ons like Cape Town, Victoria Falls, or beach extensions, and of course the countless details that make a safari feel seamless. Because luxury safari travel should feel exciting, not overwhelming. Safari changes people. Long after your safari ends, you'll remember the feeling more than anything else. You'll remember the silence of the bush, the sound of the elephants outside of your camp, the sunsets that somehow looked unreal, the feeling of slowing down completely, and the realization that the world is far bigger and more beautiful than we often remember in everyday life. Safari has a way of changing people. And for many travelers, one safari becomes the beginning of a lifelong love affair with Africa. So whether you're dreaming about the Serengeti, Botswana's Okavango Delta, gorilla trekking in Rwanda, or a luxury safari paired with Cape Town and the beaches of Zanzibar, I would love to help you create a safari experience that feels seamless, meaningful, and unforgettable from beginning to end. Because the best luxury vacations aren't simply about where you go. They're about how the experience stays with you long after you return home. An African safari is more than a trip. It's a deeply evocative journey that blends wildlife spectacle, cultural exchange, and elegant comfort. So if you're ready to design a safari that suits your time, your style, and your passions, visit dreamworthydestinations.com today to schedule your complimentary consultation. We can talk through your safari options or design a custom luxury safari so that you can have an unforgettable adventure through Africa. Thank you for embarking on yet another enchanting journey with me on the Dreamworthy Destinations podcast. I hope today's episode sparked your wanderlust and drew your travel dreams a little bit closer to reality. If my travel tales have inspired you today, please don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Your support means the world to me, and so do your reviews. Please share your thoughts and let me know what adventures you're dreaming about next. You can also dive deeper into the world of unparalleled luxury travel by joining my community on social media. Please join my Facebook group, Dreamworthy Destinations, so you never miss an update or a travel tip from the trails that we wander. If you're ready to make your travel dreams come true, you can also schedule a complimentary consultation with me to start planning your next unforgettable getaway. You can visit dreamworthydestinations.com to book your session today. A big heartfelt thank you to each and every one of our listeners. Your passion for exploration keeps Dreamworthy Destinations alive and thriving. Because of you, I continue my mission to turn travel dreams into breathtaking realities. Until our paths cross again, remember, imagine, explore, indulge. May your week unfold with the promise of adventures waiting just beyond the horizon. Keep dreaming and keep exploring, fellow wanderers.